It's April 2, time to bust a moo. I'm Guy Hutchinson, and that is the poster for the Disney movie Home on the Range. April 2, bust a moo. Boy, they were really leaning into the it's coming out on April 2 thing. I guess they're combining bust a move and shortening it, making it bust a moo. Um, Not that great. The movie is a lot of fun. There's some fun moments, some really good music, I think, in this movie. The three main characters, I think, are clever. You've got your airhead, you've got your like aristocrat, and then you've got like your hillbilly, you know, gross burping Roseanne Barr character. You've got those three cows. It's almost like some 80s sitcom. I like this movie. I thought it was better than it got credit for, which it got no credit. So I mean, I didn't have to work that hard, but I thought it was pretty good. We're going to be talking about cows today. We're going to talk about my 10 favorite cows in movies, television shows, and otherwise. Restaurants, mass media, all my 10 favorite cows. We got 10 cows. So my first cow I'm gonna go with is Roseanne Barr's. No, I'm gonna go with the hat cow. I like the hat cow in this. So it's the hat cow from Home on the Range, number 1 on my top 10 cow list. Number 2, whoa, it's almost gonna fly away. It's the Twister cow. Twister cow is one heck of a good cow. Just spinning around in that twister. By the way, if you like this video, make sure to, I was going to say if you like Twister. If you like Twister, make sure to like below and also subscribe. You should definitely do those things. All right, so this is a scene from the hit movie Twister. In this movie, they made these little things that would spin up into the tornado and tell them how the tornado was going, and then they had the cow, and the cow flew by, and we all laughed. We were all like, sucks to be that cow. And then they made an attraction for this. Universal did. Twister Ride It Out, and you would stand there, and you'd actually see the cow fly past you. So good on them. Good times. All right. This commercial. Man, I remember this commercial. This was a commercial for Hershey's chocolate. It was on in the 80s, and they'd say, where do you think chocolate milk comes from? From a chocolate cow on a chocolate farm. And they show this chocolate cow, and then they go, wrong. And then he goes, and he's like disappointed because he, at that moment, realizes that his reality shattered. He doesn't exist. He's fake. He's something that the man said, and then he was created. So he has this existential crisis like nobody's business. And we all laughed. He's like, wrong. We're like, that cow's not real. All right, let's see what's next. Shh, the Top Secret cow. Remember the movie Top Secret from the makers of the original Airplane? Had the cow, and the cow wore his galoshes because it was muddy. They had more than one cow. They had a lot of cows. So I'm not gonna count any of their cows. Their cows are polka dot too. Not counting this cow. Moving right to the next cow in my top 10 cows. It's the laughing cow. This is that cow that makes the cheese, and she wears the cheese as earrings. That's why she's laughing. She's like, oh my God, I milked myself this morning, and then I made cheese, and now it's hanging around my earlobes, and my ears smell like cheese. Woo! And I'm a cow. And she just couldn't stop laughing. And that makes sense. I get that. Elsie, the Borden's cow. This is one of those animatronic Elsies. One of these went up for sale a couple years ago. They'd had these in stores. I could talk all day about Elsie, but I'll give you a quick Elsie primer. Elsie, one of the greatest cows that ever lived. The Walker Gordon farm in Plainsboro, New Jersey. People would come and they'd say, which one? We're touring the farm where all the milk comes from, because they made most of the milk for like a third of the country. And they said, which one is Elsie? And they'd be like, that one's Elsie. And they'd be like, ooh, that's Elsie. And then they said, well, we should make Elsie an attraction. So they picked an Elsie, and Elsie toured the country. Now, the reason that they knew who Elsie was because, as you can see there in the little Borden's logo, they had Elsie, and she would do the print ads, and she had a family, including Elmer the Bull from Elmer's Glue. So Elsie, you rock. We got you in the list. All right. what happens in the barn stays in the barnyard. I don't understand this movie. I do not understand this. This came out 2006. Kevin James was the voice of the cow. I don't. Okay, so around this time, Chicken Little came out, and people were like, "Hey, how come Chicken Little's a boy?" And then other people were like, "Actually, as a biologist, I will tell you that a rooster is a chicken, and a chicken is a chicken. So a female chicken is a hen, so it's not." And that's what they would say. And then other guys came over like, "I'm a farmer, and I knew that, and I didn't go to whatever school he went to." So there was like a whole debate as to whether chickens and hens and roosters were all the same thing, which they all are chickens. They all fit under the category of chicken. So Chicken Little, totally fine to be a boy. All right. We grew up on too many cartoons where they went with a rule that it was a chicken and a rooster. They never differentiated anything other than the chicken. But Barnyard, these should be bulls. He should be a bull because he's a boy cow. A boy cow is a bull. They're all called bovine and cattle. Right? I believe this is it. They're all bovine. Cattle includes ox and other things. So they're all bovine. And then of the bovine, there's cow and then there's bull. And I'm pretty sure that's it. Maybe I'm wrong. If you're a cow, let me know in the comments. If you know better than me, because boy, I surely don't know much. Let me know in the comments. All right. Let me know in the comics. Write about it in today's Blondie, please. All right. The cows from Chick-Fil-A, the ones that say eat more chicken. Like, what's their deal? Like, they got up one morning, they were like, a lot of us are dropping dead. Maybe we should get off the farm and go into the city. And then they got to the city and they were like, we could just hide out in an apartment here, but maybe we should instead go into the chicken restaurant and tell people to eat it so they'll never come to the farm and get the cow to make hamburgers. But the truth of the matter is, I don't understand why these guys just don't hide. Why don't they just get an apartment and hang out in your apartment, go to the drive-thru every now and then, get that chicken. But you don't have to, because you go out in the public, somebody's going to be like, oh, you do look tasty. You could be a burger. I mean, are they like representatives for all cows? That like the cows have a vote and they're like, hey, we're just going to send these 3. These are our smartest cows. They can spell the word eat. Not anything else, but they can spell that word. They should be our representatives. I don't know the whole deal, but these are the next one on my list. I've lost track. I've lost count. Cow and chicken. I don't remember much about this one, but I've seen some episodes, and there's a cow and there's a chicken. We're gonna go, hey, look, it's like, woo, eat more chicken. Oh, okay. All right, so we'll go with that one. That's the next one. All right, Minnie Moo. My goodness, I love Minnie Moo. Minnie Moo, this is like a feel-good story. Minnie Moo was a cow that was on a farm in Minnesota. And in my book, Bibbidi Boozidi book, there is actually a drink named after Minnie Moo, as well as a toast to, I believe her name was Joanne Vander Slick, I think. And if I'm getting that wrong, I'm sorry. But she was the owner. She was the wife, actually, of the owner of Minnie Moo. And so she was the farmer's wife. And the farmer said, hey, look, we got a cow and it's got a Mickey Mouse shape on it. And they went out and they looked and they were like, that sure is funny. And every time somebody came by as she was growing up, they'd be like, that's hysterical. It looks like Mickey Mouse. And then one day the farmer was like, all right, well, she's grown up. Say goodbye to our cow. And they had another name for her, because they didn't originally, when she was a baby, realize she'd have these spots. They say, go say goodbye to this cow because it's going off to slaughter, and make some burgers, right, to make those cows unhappy that do the Chick-fil-A ads. But there's probably a chicken that does the Burger King ads, the Serbian chicken. He'd be happy anyway. So they were like, we should make a call to Disney to see if they want to come by and take some pictures of her before we send her off to slaughter. And so Minnie Moo was about to be sent off to slaughter when the Disney company said, we're going to come take a look at this cow. And then they said, we will buy this cow. And so they paid her. So I toast to her in the book, because I feel like if you are the person that called up the Disney company and saved Minnie Moo, you enriched the lives of so many. So that's why I totally give her credit and raise a glass to her. But you can read about that if you go on Amazon and buy that book. Anyway, Minnie Moo on the list. Love Minnie Moo. Oh my God, this is just wrong. This is wrong. Where's Beef Lady and why is she even there? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Ooh. Right now there's a video up here, and then there's also a video over here. Click on this one or that one. It's your choice. Just choose one. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. That's bad.